evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Weenus, and I am joined this evening by Coffee. Coffee, hello!
Good evening. Well, good afternoon for me, but over in America, it's quite late at the moment, I am told, so should be getting ready for some exciting Heroes of the Storm gameplay here.
That's right, it's about 8:30 p.m. Does that mean it's 6:30 tomorrow for you on Tuesday?
It is 3:30 at the moment for me on Tuesday.
3:30, okay, early afternoon. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here with me and joining me for this exciting Div B West matchup between Caffeinated Knights, the #1 seed, B West versus Soak Every Lane, the #4 seed here in B West. Thanks everybody for hanging out and joining us in chat. We have BMed has already redeemed a mega Cluckers. Oh my goodness. I guess we'll just have to do this through the draft and people are just going to be really upset because it's really loud. Welcome everybody. Come on in. Thanks everybody for being here. And we're going to get started in just a minute. We have the teams ready to go, I believe, in the lobby. Let's just go over a few things. First, let's take a look at the bracket. So let me pull that up. Boop. There it is. All right, so this is the information that we have from the West. We have Abba Murky Cult and Arrogant Nephilim. I believe their game is starting in about half an hour, so we will have that part of the bracket filled up after that. So they will probably be finished after us, but their challenger will be either Caffeinated Knights or Soak Every Lane. As you can see here on the board, there's still a lot of teams over here on the East. Tiny Dancers and Die for Vision are all that are left. So one of those two will be having the Coastal Finals over there, and we'll be having the Coastal Finals over here between these four teams that are left. This should be pretty spicy, and we'll look at the maps real quick as well. All right, #1 seed, Caffeinated Knights. They got to decide if they wanted a map pick or if they wanted a hero pick. They went for a hero pick, so Soak Every Lane banned out Towers of Doom, as well as Volskaya Foundry. Picked up Alterac Pass as our game #1. Caffeinated Knights, they decided to get rid of Tomb of the Spider Queen and Baraxis. I think that about wraps us up to where we are now. So, look at those Nephilim, says Dual Rules. So arrogant. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, are we ready?
I think we're ready. It looks like the teams are ready.
Okay, we'll just throw ready in there. Okay, I gotta get this Mega Chonker Honker, which is basically, oh my goodness.
I have no idea what we're in for.
It's basically a huge squawking chicken, and it was sent to me by Dax, and it's part of the channel rewards. So I'm just gonna play it now, and it's just gonna be a lot of squeaking and honking, and I apologize. Listen to all this air going into this chicken. Oh my goodness! I told you I'm a child. Oh my god! And here it is. It just screams. It just screams for a very long time. And that's why I'm trying to do it before we actually get any picks in here. So it doesn't cover up too much of the gameplay. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, clearly, this is perfect for... So, when we get to the level 20 team fight, make sure to get one of these big tonkers in. Right when with a peak of the action.
Absolutely. So, just completely cover it over. And just be like, alright, Mr. Chonker Honker, you get to cover the whole team fight.
Get the most out of your channel point redemption by doing it at the perfect time.
Absolutely. Thank you for redeeming your Mother Cluckers, BMed. I appreciate it. Oh, silence. Oh, alright. Cassia and Samuro banned out.
Yeah, well, we're on Altec Pass. The objectives can be fairly long, so we're seeing these macro-orientated global style heroes, Samo and Lost Vikings, both taken away. On the other side, kind of have to get rid of Cassie, don't have much choice about it. Really don't want to let that one through, and Sylvanas is the other ban away.
So I believe we have some targeted bans here of Samuro and TLV against B Metaho. They like to play these kind of spicy, a little bit more niche heroes, but it looks like they'll have something to play. You can't ban them all. Oh my goodness.
Well, we are just seeing the tags getting picked up and early on. First pick on the Johanna, and then the response is ETC and Tastar, which is again pretty much just sticking to the tier list. The one hero that I've been casting a bit of a hero division playoffs at the moment, and one hero I think is completely missing is Orphea. The hero is really insane, and in my opinion, should be first picked all the time, but
Oh, let me show
so
the
far
draft.
against
Rip.
Orphea.
Sorry, I got too distracted. I haven't showed any of the draft until just now. I swear, I've done this before. Maybe once or twice. Rip.
Orphea looks to be getting through this draft as well, but Stukov and Hanzo are also picked up, so we are setting up for, on the side of the Caffeinated Night, so a good blow-up comp. You have Hanzo engage, and then Johanna and Stukov follow-up. Could be looking to get a bursty mage like Li Ming of sorts as the other dealer, Grey Main band away, and level 1 option for them. Good to see that Soak Every Lane have an idea of what's coming towards them.
Yeah, getting rid of both the Wolfie boys, getting rid of Rhaegar and the Grey Mane. I think we are looking for some kind of thick mage from Caffeinated Nights. That would be nice to see. Looks like we need an offlaner, healer, maybe some more DPS coming up over here for Soak Every Lane. Someone, Double Dam. The Double Dam? Double Dam redeemed a Big Papa, so I'm going to shoot confetti all over my face, because that's what we do. Thank you for redeeming your Mother Cluckers. Oh my goodness. Alright, so there's Lucio and Raynor picked up. That seems like a pretty good combo for Alterac Pass. I like the sustainability of Lucio, where you can kind of stay in the fight and heal a long time, because the mana requirements aren't all that high. As long as you can slowly heal everybody up, you can sustain a long time on the point and Alterac Pass. So I think that's good as well.
Both Lucio and Raynor are fairly defensive picks. Lucio doesn't really have mana issues. Like, you don't even need to take for talent for it. Just amp it up every few often, and that's all you really have to do. And then from the Caffeinated for the last two picks, we have Zul and Li Ming, which is basically what I was calling for. They are committing to a full-on blow-up sort of team composition with Zul, Lockdown, Li Ming, and I hope you know more about this than I do, because I see a Gazlo as our last pick.
Yep, Gazlo, that Vivedaho likes to play some of those off-lane characters, some of those little less picked, and has a really good Gazlo, saying they have a level 229 Gazlo, so there you go. Thanks for the follow, mbot1 and Ryasrin. I appreciate it. I think I got those there. All right, we're going to get into game number 1. We're going to show you our teams real quick, and we'll see you in a second. All right, here we go. Game number 1. On the left-hand side, we have Caffeinated Nights. Let me just pull up a couple other things here. All right, very good. We have the Caffeinated Nights, where we have Ark playing on that Zul. We have Jaggermeister playing the Li Ming. We have Vivanche playing Hanzo. Osmanthus is going to be playing the Johanna. And we have Harborim playing that Stukov. Coffee, what do we got on the red team?
On the red team is Soak Every Lane. We have DMN13 playing Raynor, Wipeout playing ETC, Torginado, I'm going to say, playing the Tassadar, and we have our little Gazlo in the bottom lane here, B-Med. Now, normally I'm probably not the biggest fan of Gazlo, but it's not absolutely terrible here. Gazlo has some use in that he is able to deploy turrets to block the Li Ming skill shots, which is actually pretty good. If one of the backlines like Lucio Raynor is being targeted, he can actually save them with a good turret timing. So has some value here more than normal, but I will still need to wait and see before being convinced about this pick.
Yeah, we'll see. It's at the beginning, matched up here against Ark on Zul. So we'll see how that works out. We do have camps coming up in 10 seconds. So we'll see. It looks like a little bit of traction good heading towards the side of Soak Every Lane. Might be a little bit delayed here getting there in Caffeinated Nights, but they're headed there too. So we're going to pick those up, and we're going to get that pressure pushing down the mid. Those camps respawn rather quickly, so pick them up often. We'll probably see that throughout the match.
Yep. both teams able to take it fairly quick as well. Reina with the Exterminator for the extra PvE damage. Stukov and Li Ming, well, Stukov just smacks everything. He has the Spine Launch, but he still does a lot of damage. Now, I will be interested in seeing if these teams are going to pay attention to the camp timings. No, Soke Every Lane is just going to pick up the camp straight away, so we're likely going to have the camps meeting near the Caffeinated Knights' turrets, which will put them in position to clear it very quickly. We do see Johannes actually walking up, want to try and hold the lane just in front of us, like this actually, very nicely done, and look at this, the turrets are helping to take out the gnolls, so this lane will be pushing in favor of the Caffeinated Knights, and it took very little effort for them to achieve this. Look, there's still half a camp remaining.
Very good. Yeah, it's like having like 5 players on your team eliminate the camp when you have both those towers helping you out. That's very interesting timing. It looks like it was pulled off very well. It does mean that we are going to be slightly up on the camp by a few seconds available for Soak Every Lane next time they want to pick that up. What do you think about this this matchup here between Hanzo and Tassadar?
It's pretty miserable for Tassadar in an isolated 1v1, but Reina coming in now going to get a few shots on. There shouldn't really be anything Tassadar can do to Hanzo. You have channel attacks which aren't useful. You shouldn't really be able to hit a shock rate. As you can see, he's got 0 stacks so far on that static charge quest. So Hanzo is pretty free to just get on 3 auto attacks, maybe a storm bow or 2. But not much should really happen. Both teams just want to clear these lanes and then get in position around the objective starting soon. Also, the siege camps are back, and as he said, Rain is already on it, and 3 members of the Caffeinated Knights are looking to do theirs. Scatter out a little bit early, but should be fine.
Not quite connecting there. It was just a warning shot. It's like, get ready, Knowles. We're coming for you. We're going to take your hides. Very good.
He still does take the hides pretty quickly. Hanzo, very fast at taking out the camps with his serrated arrows. And it looks like we are going to be seeing the Q builds coming out of Zul here. Reaper's Toll being taken, not a talent you often see. Jailers is so good, and even after the little rework we have. Now this won't go the same way for next camps, because now Gazlo's coming in with the hired goons. And for those not familiar, it means just the Mercs do a lot more damage, so if they're able to get the push priority here, will we be able to do anything with it? Probably not, but applying a bit of pressure of that talent.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Gazlo is going to stay bottom during this objective and just let the first one go on over to Caffeinated Knights, or if they're going to come up a little bit later and just get a little extra soak. There is a little bit of an XP advantage for Soak Every Lane right now. They have about maybe a quarter of a level, but, you know, that's not much, and that can easily be soaked up, you know, a lot of different places on the map.
Gazlo has the priority in the bot lane. He can go straight away with Explodium and, what do you call it, the Death Laser. I didn't know about its talent names. And as you can see, like, Gazlo's just sitting here. He's got his laser ready. He's going to hit the wave of that, drop the Explodium charge, thinks there's one talent, just takes out the wave instantly. And he's able to do this double soaking really nicely. Doesn't have that many mana riches either because he's grabbing the regen lords.
Absolutely. Let me just click on one of these minions and get that off the board real quick. So it looks like Zul and Gazlo are just going to basically try to mirror each other, or at least, you know, try to get this soak that keeps getting pushed into the bottom lane. Still no work on the objective yet. Are we waiting for 10s, or are we getting more camps? It looks like more camps is going to be the call as Soak Every Lane, they pick up their siege camp. And we see the same call over here for Caffeinated Knights as they pick up their siege camp as well.
B-Meadow slightly miscalculating actually on the middle wave, going to not pick up most of the mins actually. 4 XP globes were lost because wasn't able to get the last hits with the Explosion charge, but Wipeout will be able to get the channel, Jägermeister not quite in time for the interrupt, so the camp is also coming in a moment. We'll be able to see if we're going to have a defense here from the side of Soak Every Lane.
Looks like we're going to get the defensive channel there onto the Caffeinated Knights objectives. They'll be able to stop that. 16 seconds left of channel time there. And it looks like we're going to take a little break and look for 10s.
Yep. Yeah, looks like we're just waiting for the 10s. Gazlo already has the powers in the bot lane. Zul only now rotating, so they're not quite 10 yet, but maybe they're going to be able to make something happen. Gazlo could have stayed to just clear the next wave straight away, but instead is going to head up to mid. Maybe they can get a fight while Zul's in bot lane. We're probably just waiting for level 10s though at this point.
Oh, 10s are online. What are we looking at for Soak Every Lane?
most of these are fairly standard. The only one worth noting is that we have Grabber Bomb, which, along with the Mosh Pit, we could have a very nice Wombo coming out of Soak Every Lane if they're able to find their crowd control.
Yeah, getting a mosh and then, you know, just having an overarching Rainer's Raider just pounding away while everyone's locked down. That's pretty good. We'll see if they can land them. Very devastating if you can land those together, so we'll see what happens there. And it's going to get the full channel here for Soak Every Lane. They will get the first Cavalry Charge objective for the Horde.
Benefit of having the advantage in the off-lane, Gazlo able to clear ahead of Zul, able to rotate in time, and putting on the pressure, not really able to look to move in with the Caffeinated Knights, and now they're facing down the cavalry.
Heroics picked up for Caffeinated Knights. We have the Dragon's Arrow on Hanzo. We got Skeletal Mages there on Zul. Blessed Shield on Johanna. Wave of Force on Li Ming, and Flailing Swipe on the Stukov.
I think pretty normal. Skeletal
Yep.
Mages will do quite a lot here. You could maybe, if you wanted, go for Poison, but this is completely understandable. Now we have Johanna coming in behind them, but there's not really any follow-up.
Nope. Osmanthus is coming in to cause a little bit of trouble there. But they do get the retreat from Soak Every Lane as they back up a little bit. Did get some decent amount of siege damage up on the top, but you know, on the first objective, sometimes it's hard to get a whole lot overall. So, but it's better to get the objective than not, as long as you don't lose too much along the way.
Yep, and it looks like Gazlo doing a little bit of adventure towards the boss. Probably don't want to do that one without Robo Goblin, but
Yeah, that might be not a very good solo expedition right away. But we are going to see the camps picked up again on both sides.
for now the game will just go on. No real damage was done. Like, got the top wall, but probably doesn't actually matter. Gazlo, because he doesn't have Robo Goblin, can't really look to cheese or take a solo or anything like that. So the game's going to go on, and this is probably good for the Caffeinated Knights, as unless we see a miracle heroic Wombo combo come out from Soak Every Lane, that Gazlo's not really going to do that much in team fights. Just not really what the hero does.
Yeah, and
So
you're talking earlier about picking up hired goblins, right? Okay, so how does that really help if Gazlo's not ever near the mercenaries?
Bit of a kill onto Lucio quickly, just bless shield hits, easy follow up, and gonna get the kill. So Gazlo is geosoaking, he is able to rotate into the mid lane to buff up the gnolls with the hired goons.
There we go.
Trying to run down DM, but looks to be just fine.
Apologize, I missed the kill on Lucio. You guys will just have to imagine what it looked like.
There is actually a large wave crashing into the top four. That's going to go down to roughly half of health, so small wins on the side lanes for the side of Soak Every Lane. I understand why of Mosh Pit, but could be very interesting to also have stage dive on the ETC and just look to stall and play in a macro game.
Once again, camp's getting picked up. Seems like that's what it seems to be the highest priority for these teams when there's nothing else on the map to do. There are the bosses. I wonder if we're going to see a boss play at some point. Both teams tied, about to hit 14s. Looking for 16 going into this next objective. Soak Every Lane's fighting their way towards the objective, but maybe deciding that might not be the best idea and backs out a little bit.
Again, the wave does crash in front of the Caffeinated Knights tut, so even though there is priority for Soak Every Lane, they're not able to actually reach the null safely, so Caffeinated Knights possibly having an opportunity to look for the capture of the cavalry right now. I was banned for taking a lot of damage for no real reason there. Going to need to be healed up.
Big Muff McGuffin chat says, "Wipeout, no! You were the chosen one!" Still only one kill. Yeah, this one kill so far. There hasn't been a whole lot of death. Are we going to see more death and destruction soon, do you think, Coffee?
Looks like both these teams are very comfortable stalling, and I'm a little bit scared for the side of Soak Every Lane if they're doing this. As I said, it's rather difficult for them to win these late game team fights, so I think the Caffeinated Knights rather, just sitting pretty at the moment. They're even getting some structural damage here in the mid lane. Turrets are gone. If they push another campaign, which it's already back up almost, that will be able to do quite a lot, but They are just going for... Oh, that's a very unfortunate force wall there from Tastars.
Popping that acorn, but not gonna get a whole lot of use out of that, huh? Unfortunate. Maybe that was just a good backup there by Caffeinated Knights, saying, hey, if we can burn one of their ultimates, we can use that to our advantage if we actually do get into a fight later. Oh, and here they go. Trying to get the channel here.
Now, it is about to be level 16 for the start of Circuit Lane, but Gazlo is headed top lane, so if they want to defend this right now, it will have to be a 4v5, but look at the lanes. The bomb lane, waves just crash into the bomb fort. There's going to be waves crashing into the top fort soon enough, so as long as they're able to hold this, then it will be quite difficult to hold this, but they can also get quite a nice advantage on the side lanes. Looks like they will just back off and go for the camp.
16s on the side of Soak Every Lane, so they do have the talent tier advantage. They seem a little bit more comfortable about going in on the objective now. Getting a big slide here onto Johanna. Popping the Iron Skin. It's going to be just fine. Going to walk on out. And here's the channel for Soak Every Lane.
And we'll have to see if we're able to hold this one. Gazzo only with 2 touchdowns down at the moment, but there's Sonic Dragon Arrow, and again, there's not really any follow-up on this one, but it does convince the side of Soak Every Lane to back off.
Yeah, really good connection. I think it maybe hit three members, and yeah, very convincing. Getting hit by a huge arrow out of the sky directly into your face. Yeah, it might be time to back off a little bit and maybe reconsider your options. Still do have the null camp for a little while longer. It's going to get cleaned up a little bit here by Soak Every Lane, and here comes Caffeinated Knights. They're eyeing that objective. They need 15 more seconds of channel.
The heroic advantage is on the side of Soak Every Lane. 20 seconds on the swipe and 30 seconds on the Dragon Arrow. Archon's back. We have stilled for quite some time. Not a whole lot of actions happening at the moment, but should only be a matter of time before we have a proper team fight happen.
Absolutely. Ekdar in chat saying it's a shame they could have gone miniature black hole into regular size black hole. It must be Tassadar and what? Gazlo?
Yep, miniature black hole is the level 20 upgrade name for Grab a Bomb, but
ooh, ETC gets blown up. There's a second kill onto Gazlo, and they're chasing Wipeout. Wipeout's got to back on out. Caffeinated Knight will be able to channel this and secure this objective. I don't think they're going to be able to challenge on the side of Soak Every Lane now.
But split off, Tastar was in the mid lane, and so Dragono came out, found the 2 frontliners, and leaving very easily able to secure his kill. So eventually at 14-minute mark, we're going to get the second objective of the game. This time for the Caffeinated Knights, so just already starting to march down the middle lane.
I believe Caffeinated Knights has a 100% win rate on Hanzo. I think they have 9 games played or so during the season. I have to double check that maybe between games, but seems like a valuable hero in their lineup.
And you can just see the advantage that the Hanzo are getting. If you look at the hero damage, everyone but Hanzo is sitting at roughly 15k. Meanwhile, he's more than double the second place. Just everyone gets so much poke value from the scatter arrows without really any way for the other side to answer. Now, good
ETC dropping.
The NA arrow will go wide, but middle fort will be taken, and looks like the side lanes might be in trouble as well.
Yeah, it looks like bottom fort is getting beat on. Top fort there's a defense up there with Gazlo, and there we go. That cavalry unit will go down there, but bottom fort is doomed for sure, and it will collapse there. It looks like, I don't know, there's some life left, about half health on this cavalry unit. It looks like Caffeinated Knights is going to continue to push forward and maybe get some siege damage onto this bottom fort down here, bottom keep rather.
Jägermeister's just smacking away at the walls in the meantime, so not much is really happening. Now, the next objective is in the top side, so if you have a Caffeinated Knights, you can look to not actually look for this boss here, because right now we're just having a boss trade, so roughly even. Instead, though, if this boss was taken during the next objective, it would be able to put a lot of pressure on. You wouldn't really be able to answer it as Soak Every Lane, and you would be able to look to get yourself an easy secure of the objective, but instead we're in the boss trade, and I'm hoping to see a just push come out from the side of Caffeinated Knights. So, yep, Ark's already up there clearing the way. The rest of the team is moving up there, so
yeah, they will have the boss Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The top boss is going to take out the fort and do a little bit of damage to the keep wall, but in the meantime, this should be a very easy secure of the keep by the Cyber Caffeinated Knights.
Yeah, it's good play there. They do have the support of the boss behind them. The keep is already down to about half health. Here comes the dragon arrow coming on out. Oh my goodness,
Gazlo.
There's a huge silence. And down goes Gazlo. There's a big root going out onto Tassadar. Tassadar goes down too. That's 2 kills right now for Caffeinated Knights, and they're looking to push forward. Do you think they're going to try to end right here, right now?
There is a thing of Altec Passing that's quite difficult to end while there's still 2 keeps up, and looks like they are just content to back off at the moment and look to get priority around the objective. The topside boss is doing a little bit better than I thought it would actually, smacking away. It's going to get the wall and do a little bit of damage to the fort by the looks of things.
Yeah, absolutely. 20s have been reached by Caffeinated Knights, but you know, like you said, it can be quite difficult to take down the boss, the core on this map when there's only 1 keep down. Taking off another one of those armor plates really helps when trying to finish off the boss. So I don't know. Maybe a conservative call from Caffeinated Knights, but you know, maybe the right call for sure. Who knows?
Definitely the safe call. It doesn't matter how long it takes to win the game, it's still worth the same map win regardless, so just taking it safe, making sure they don't have any sort of boss foes from inside the Caffeinated Knights now. They do have a 20 advantage, but it's not far off until Soak Every Lane are able to Soak Every Lane and get their own level 20s, but Gazzo's really fallen off a cliff unless he can find something with miniature black hole upgrade with the grabber bomb. It's going to be very difficult for him to win a team fight.
Well, let's see. This is an objective that would be very helpful here for Soak Every Lane to win. They are coming into challenge. Let's see if they can push Caffeinated Knights off. Trying to soak some damage there into Johanna, but popping that Iron Shield. Here comes the Archon. Here comes the Mages. Here comes Dragon Arrow. Yeah. Oh, and here we go. A nice silence there onto ETC. ETC goes down. Got Death Mosh. Does catch a couple. Oh, here comes the Grapple Bomb. Goes off. Tornado getting very low and goes down as well, though. And it looks like we have a 2 for none so far. That's going to be a double kill. V-Medho getting chased, going down, and there. Ooh, there's the quad kill. Quad kill going over to Caffeinated Knights. That should at least secure, I would think, maybe a keep, maybe even game, depending on how far these cavalry units get.
Yep, excellent. Again, another great CC chain by Caffeinated Knights, just locking down ETC with a Blessed Shield, with a Dragon Arrow, root him on top of Silence with Stukov, going to easily get that kill. Deathmosh comes out, but there's just no damage to go with it, so very convincing victory for Caffeinated Knights in game number 1.
They still have 20 to 30 seconds going here, and this keep is, or this core rather, is going down fast. Game number 1 going over to Caffeinated Knights. Game number 2 coming up right after this. GG's, well played. Look at all these units all converging at once. Oh my goodness.
The Lions definitely making their way into the base of the Cyber Horde, and yep, that will be game number 1 going over to Caffeinated Knights, our top seed actually in the Division B West playoffs.
Let me update the score here. Yeah, can I show damage? Sorry, it's 30 seconds later, so you probably are seeing it now as we are on the stats screen here. Let's see. Yeah, 10-0. No kills secured. Yeah, by Soak Every Lane. Sorry. Go ahead, Coffee.
And yeah, this is what I was saying for Hanzo. Not even the Li Ming didn't have too much damage, just like trying to clear the mid lane up to Gazlo. But Hanzo had to do so much from complete safety. Like Tassadar and Raiden do not have any threat onto him. It's not like he's gonna get dove by ETC. So Vivanshi just easily going to chip away at the Soak Every Lane in these team fights.
Yeah, 51k coming out from Hanzo. Got the next highest 29k there on Jägermeister on Li Ming, same team. Only able to pull out 25k here from Soak Every Lane. It's hard to get some of that team fight damage in though if the team fight goes sour. What do you think? What do you think Soak Every Lane should change going into game number 2?
Well, I think my answer to that's pretty clear. Like I said at the start, I wasn't convinced by seeing Gazlo, and after watching this game, I do not really want to see it. It has so little value in these team fights. It's really difficult to get the dream situation of the Bravo bomb into exploding charge to actually happen, and that was very nicely played by the Caffeinated Knights to avoid it, but it's very difficult to make with Gaza work, so I'd want to see a different offlane and something that works better in the team fights if that's the way they want to go for game number 2.
Yeah, it would have been really nice if we could have pulled off that combo. Sometimes the burden of execution is high, and like you said, great evasion by Caffeinated Knights. Who knows? We'll see what happens next time. In next map. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so All-Track Pass, you know, it's pretty team fight heavy. You got a single objective, and there's a lot of team fighting there. So who knows? Maybe if Soak Every Lane is going to be doing a little bit more of a split soak, maybe it'll be on a map that isn't so team fight heavy. But it looks like we're headed for Infernal Shrines. Let me mark that down here on our map display. Infernal Shrines. Let's see who picked this up. Looks like it might have been chosen.
It was picked by the Caffeinated Knights.
Okay,
So
very
given
good.
opting for the first pick.
All right, let's add this as game number 2. All right. Are we ready to hop right in? 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute sounds good. We'll just catch up with chat just for a second here. See what everybody's talking about. Okay. Zool siege damage. People are impressed with. They're impressed with the Hanzo damage. Yeah, very, very nice. A lot of healing from Wipeout, says Richard Gear. Harbinger of Twitch says, I wish I was good enough to be on a team. Hey, sign up for next season. We have NGS season 10. We'll find a team for you. All right. Okay. Well, I think we're ready here. Thanks everybody for hanging out in Twitch chat. Thanks for being here, Coffee. If you want to follow Coffee on Twitter, it's @HeyIt'sCoffee. And the Twitch is the same, but there's an underscore at the end, right? Is that correct?
Yes, Hey It's Coffee was unfortunately taken to Twitch, so I just add an underscore to the end of it.
Very
I
good.
also do casting for NGS and the other amateur tournaments out there, so.
And you do some casting for Heroes Lounge, is that right?
Yes, I do. I mostly do Heroes Lounge. I only joined the NGS server a few weeks ago.
That's right. Yeah, we like Heroes
Yeah.
Lounge. It's the more opportunities people have to play in the HOTS community, the better. NGS loves Heroes Lounge, has a good relationship with them, and we try to alternate seasons as best we can. So, no reason that we can't cast both different leagues. So I appreciate you joining me tonight. This has been fun so far.
I don't think it's much of a surprise that the first ban from the side of Soak Every Lane is that Hanzo that was doing so well in the previous game, going to get rid of that one, make you eventually have to go a little bit deeper into the hero pool.
Yeah, that seems like a good ban there. And I was actually, let me look that up. Yeah, Caffeinated Knights, they have 9 games played in the regular season with a 100% win rate on Hanzo. They've played Anduin 10 times with an 80% win rate. They've played Greymane 10 times for an 80% win rate. Looking at Soak Every Lane, they have a 100% win rate on TLV, it looks like, with 3 games played. So I can see why that's something that was banned for sure. Slinkmeister, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. As well as S of Bert, or do you think it's Soft Bert? I'm gonna go with Soft Bert. That's probably what it is. There's that Samuro ban again, and Johanna getting banned out from Caffeinated Knights this time, saying, we can't have it, neither can you. Cassia. What are your thoughts on Cassia Coffee overall in general?
Why I am very surprised that Cassia was let through. Johanna Samo banned on the second pick. Is just going to leave that one through, but also leaves quite a few other picks through. Oh wow, we're not taking any of the strong damage dealers here. It's Stukov taken now. Cassia's, I think everyone knows at this point, is very overtuned. Mostly it's the Surge of Light and just generally not being able to die with extra 30 armor and pretty good baseline health anyway. So very strong hero. I'm quite interested to see what we have prepared on the side of Caffeinated Knights to answer this, as Mephisto and Mal'Ganis will be picked up by Soak Every Lane.
Gonna steal the ETC this time. Osmanthus picking up the big cow themselves and repeating the Stukov. Stukov seemed to do quite well last game. Those silences were pretty devastating, so keep rocking that. Mal'Ganis, that's gonna be interesting. A lot of disruption there, a lot of chaos. I like how Mal'Ganis can just go in and he can go like all over the place, stun a couple people, and just when you're like, all right, let's collapse on him, he puts everyone to sleep, reads them a bedtime story, and just floats away. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see. Maybe doing some sweet setups for Cassia and get some stun combos to get some blow up there.
Also, an opportunity to show off wonderful Malguacho Mal'Ganis skin.
Absolutely. If there's a skin that gives you a mustache, you know you've done it right.
our wrestling general here has been hitting the gym recently and looking pretty good. Looking quite fantastic. Now, Kelfast is actually going to be banned away by Soak Lane, which leaves Tastar open. I think it's a little bit obvious that it's going to be picked up, and Greymane will also be taken for Vivanchi.
Yeah, and as we saw earlier, there's quite a lot of Greymane getting picked up here by Caffeinated Knights over the season, and they have a pretty good win rate over there. I don't know if I covered it overall, but the map wins by Caffeinated Knights were 24-4, Soak Every Lane 18-9. But even though it's the #1 seed versus the #4, there could still be upsets. We've been seeing it throughout playoffs and other divisions. So no team is out yet. There's still plenty to come as Dahaka and Anduin fill out the lineup for Soak Every Lane. What would you like to see, Coffee? Well, here it is. It's going to be Chen. Yeah, I'd love to see Chen. You called it. You got it. Nailed it. Got it.
Top tier NAS. Chen does come out for Arc, and it will be pretty good. We're most likely going to see the 3 pandas as the heroic choice, but the Barrow will do a lot of work if he is willing to pick that one up. So we do see the Gazlo is not taken this time. Luckily, Dahaka will be taken as the offlaner instead.
We'll see how this game goes. Yeah, and we'll be right back after these are your teams. We'll see you in a second. All right, here we go. We are now in game number 2 on the... I'll do the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, we have Soak Every Lane. We have a Wipeout playing Anduin. We have DM13 playing the Cassia. We have Tornado playing the Mephisto. B-Metaho, excuse me, playing the Dahaka. And Philip K on that Mal'Ganis. Let me see if I can get that mustache. Oh, I can see a little bit of it there. All right, what do we got going on the left-hand side? Coffee.
On the left side, we have Caffeinated Knights currently 1 map up in the series. Ark will be playing Chen, Harbonin will be playing Stukov, Vivanchi playing Greymane, Osmanthus playing ETC, and Jägermeister playing Tastar. And Cassie trying to get in there, not able to find a whole lot of damage though. Early on. Does go for the charge strikes at everyone, so not going to see any Pokestick Q builds coming out from this one, but charge strikes is generally go for just the most reliable way to deal damage with the extra attack speed, the damage, and the, of course, splashing auto attacks.
Lots of rotation heading up bottom, yeah.
Do a little bit of rotation. Philip K just gonna make his way out. Side doesn't find anyone as Tornado just going in and find a little bit of damage from Mephisto. Chen has altered into Ivor Tiger, giving him the additional damage and lifesteal on the auto attacks, which will, against the base card Dahaka build that we do see here, is going to make him very easily win this lane. Just going to smack that panda. Didn't miss for Cake Smash though, so not able to get as much out of that trade as possibly could have, as the dig is now coming out onto the camp invade here.
Siege camp is going to get secured by Caffeinated Knights, but Soak Every Lane was just a second behind, trying to get in there, trying to disrupt it a little bit if they could. There are 2 more of these camps available. Let's see if that's going to get picked up here by Caffeinated Knights, I believe, into the bottom. They might swing down, pick up this siege camp. Who knows? Maybe they might invade siege camp up here, which is being started by DMN13.
The Haka Digger is down, so they could look for an invade once, but instead going to use their priority on the PvE to just pick up the bomb camp. Don't see any chance that this one's getting taken away, though. Okay, does get actually the force wall is a bit late, and
Wow, what a camp steal!
the camp is stolen, and Wipeout manages to get him to safety.
That was great. A great camp steal there for Soak Every Lane. I thought there was no way that they're going to be able to steal that, but they did. So the net gain of 2 camps to 1 over Caffeinated Knights, picking up those siege camps. And a little bit of an XP lead, about half a level, so that's looking good for Soak Every Lane. Who knows? Maybe they'll take us to game 3. The Pie Maker says, let's go, Soak Every Lane, take us to game 3. More games means more hot, so I'm all about it. But fantastic gameplay so far tonight from some great teams.
As the first objective will be in the top lane, so not going to get any Dahaka trait value from this one, as he's already here. Maybe you can look to recall, get some mana before heading on in, as both teams just taking their boost camps at the moment, so we're going to be looking to see if the teams can test for priority over the wave.
Ooh,
Try
holding.
and push there. Shaman Camson. I do like this hold. Similar to what I was talking about in the previous game with where the camps do clash. Can look to see if they want to. Actually, they're just going to clear out the camp right here, so maybe that's not going to quite happen, as 1 tower's in range. We are going to see the camp cleared out by Soak Every Lane. So they will have a push priority. The question is, can Caffeinated Knights get enough of the objective before that happens? The answer appears to be no, as Tornado coming in. Here comes the Haka, going to find the side. EDC rooted up, and does actually get the side off to safety. Meanwhile, Chad's taking a little bit of fun in the backline here. I have a Tiger, doing a lot of damage. Just maybe a little bit too far forward, and they're not quite able to pull him in time. First kill for the Caffeinated Knights, as okay, trying to get in there, but EDC will not allow it, and this first objective should be going over to the blue team.
Yeah, Soak Every Lane is getting in there. They still only have 11 minions, and they're looking to fight, especially now that they have talent tier advantage for Soak Every Lane. But they are missing Mephisto, and they will not be able to get the minions. So here comes the first Punisher. We'll be a Frozen Punisher. We'll be marching down the top lane. We'll be not the strongest of Punishers, as it is the very first of the game, but we'll see what damage it can get as excuse me, as Chen drops down into the middle lane to get some soak down there as he continues down to the bottom. Get that soak.
Now, I do like this talent adaptation from ETC. Well, actually, Cassia making a little bit of a run for it. Punisher not going to quite find the route, but against Wolfall and Mephisto, going to delay his step a little bit with the shade as now he's gone. I do like the speed mode choice here from EDC. Will be very nice for getting the immobile backline of Stukov and Tastar away from this dying Mephisto and his very pesky Lightning Nova. 20% movement speed gonna be very nice for that one. As the first foot will be taken with this Punisher. Doesn't look like much more is going to be happening though. I think he's coming out with the camp invade though.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here comes Caffeinated Knights looking to take the siege camp. Now you stole ours last time. We're gonna come and steal yours. I guess they stole the middle one, but looks like they should be able to take this. As Soak Every Lane is trying to assemble, but they're a little bit behind in defending that, as they were taking down the Punisher. See maybe a camp tour here. Bottom camp is available, siege camp, as well as the left-hand side here for Caffeinated Knights. But here comes Soak Every Lane. Mal'Ganis going in, trying to put some people to sleep. A lot of damage going out onto ETC. Backing up a little bit. Stukov popping his heels.
Now this is a 5-man bot lane from the Caffeinated Knights. Arc now making his way up into the middle lane, but Darker was able to get a little bit of soak, so it will be somewhat close timing on the heroic abilities for both of our teams. Now looking to push down bottom lane is the Caffeinated Knights of their newly found siege camp.
Have a few buddies helping them get a little bit of siege damage in there. And here comes Tassadar dropping some extra wave clear. In the top lane, looks like Arc is getting the better piece of Dahaka there, but the wave is pushing towards the side of Caffeinated Knights. Here we see another siege camp getting picked up. Look at the hero damage. We do have Grand Main with 14k there, 17k on Cassia. Cassia putting up that damage. Here's ultimates are online, getting very low on Vivanshi, and Vivanshi will go down as well as ETC. It's a double kill so far for Soak Every Lane, and they are chasing. Here comes the stuff from Mal'Ganis, and it's going to be a dead Tassadar. Tassadar goes down as well. Triple kill going out for Caffeinated Knights. Well played.
Triple kill!
Yep, 3 kills going over to the side of Soak Every Lane, managing to catch out our blue team while they're rotating. Well coordinated, this time the Dahaka was able to dig down in time to have an impact. And they will be rewarded 3 kills for their effort. Now they are going to get a little bit of push here in the mid wave. Here comes their next mid wave, but it looks like they're just going to take the one top. So, not getting the most out of it. Here comes Chen, but Morgans looks to be having none of this.
You know, trying to back out, get everybody backed out. Nice. Okay, on the side of Caffeinated Knights, we do have Curse Bullet on the Grand Main. We have a Storm, Earth, Fire. Therefore, Chen, we do have that Mosh Pit on ETC. We have the Archon on Tassadar and Flailing Swipe on the Stukov.
Jägermeister gets hit by the Jones. Hey, he's going to take quite a bit of damage there, but also Philip K not having too much fun as it's a Curse Bullet and then some, going to be taken down to around 40%, as the objective will now be in the mid lane, so there is no healing fountain for the side of Soak Every Lane. That was taken out by Jägermeister just before with his annoyingly long range poke with the Side Storm and Shockwave.
Big Muff McGuff is excited about the Durance pick getting picked up here on Mephisto. Able to set up some cool stuff there. With the Light Bomb, yeah, that's going to be an interesting combos there for rooting everybody and then stunning them. Objective has started. Looks like we have Caffeinated Knights are all there first, as Soak Every Lane did have to go back and heal up a little bit, and they also got their top siege camp as well as Caffeinated Knights though, so those will meet up in the middle and the top.
This split goes a little bit wider. Now it looks like we are going to have a fight coming out. Valkyrie does not actually collide onto ETC. Jones goes wide as well, so down 2 key heroics, and now here come the 3 pandas looking to the start fight of Caffeinated Knights. Going for the Haka, but it's actually going to be the backline that's in trouble. A huge Stukov start just to make sure they die. That will be very quick double kill. Cassia now caught out way too far. There's the force wall. Not going to be able to get away is our little maiden and then we'll be able to get the Haka safety, but 3 for 0 Caffeinated Knights on that one.
Triple kill. There it is. Arcane Punisher getting claimed here by the Caffeinated Knights. We'll be marching down mid. This mid fort is going to be in trouble. We are almost at a 10-minute Punisher. So, and look at this progress that Caffeinated Knights are making onto this fort before the Punisher even gets there. Bringing it down.
Yep.
Leaving Chen top lane, too. Get some more of that soak. Deal with that camp.
Chen can take up the camp. The other members moving onto the Jones again goes wide by Tornado. And they're just going to be looking for this keep wall. Bit ambitious to go for the keep at this point in the game while down members. Now Mephisto comes in, going to try and get them running away, but Valkyrie, no! Tassadar caught on the very edge of it. Not actually going to get pulled in. That was Manfus looking like in trouble. He drops the mosh pit before dying, so that's a pretty expensive cooldown used.
Yeah,
What return kill picked up?
Could possibly be used just to make sure that that everybody else gets away, but like you said, it is going to be another 104 seconds until that is back up. You know, not so bad. Soak Every Lane saying, hey, maybe you've stayed around a little bit too long, Caffeinated Knights. We're gonna punish you for that a little bit. But getting close to 16s. Less than a level away here for Caffeinated Knights. So they are looking for that sweet talent tier advantage.
That's a really big talent here too, because both of their damage dealers have the options to pick up the percentage make self damage. Tassadar with the Thermal Lance, Grey Main of Alpha Killer. They can look to very quickly burn through this Mal'Ganis. If he gets caught up by a Stukov route, then he won't be lasting very long unless Andwin of course has the Leap of Faith to gain the safety.
Here's a little bush action happening by Caffeinated Knights, looking to try and catch Soak Every Lane, trying to get to this siege camp here. But it looks like they know something's up as they don't see any members on the map. And they do have a camp pushing, so.
Also will be good this time now against some crabs again. That's here's the dig from the Haka. Very short range diggers, Mal'Ganis not having too much fun. But Greymane is for target and he's going to be quite low. Camp will go over to the side of Soak Every Lane as the 3 pandas comes out, but they're not able to do too much. Now getting up to Anduin, but looks to be just fine. Cassie's off on the side on the road doing absolutely nothing in terms of damage here. Chen will return to regular form, but drag well interrupted by ETC, and it will be a clean engage from the Caffeinated Knights. A clean disengage, rather.
16s have been acquired here by Caffeinated Knights, and considering how deep both those teams were on to each other, no one going down there, that's pretty amazing. So good healing coming out and good disengages as well. 16s now on Soak Every Lane, so even talent here.
I did quickly pick up the look of Silver on because very nice interrupts by Osmanthus on with the Haka Dragon. Apparently we're playing on the Central server. A little bit interesting considering this is the Western playoffs, but
yeah, they have.
So we'll see what's happened.
They have removed the ability to choose which server you play on. So even if we want a West, I don't even know if we could select it in on purpose. That's something that they just removed recently. But Central is where we're supposed to be playing anyway, so that's good. Sometimes if you have a Central player, you need to have Central, but here we are.
And now we're well. What are you doing in the West Street back event? Now we do have fight on the top side. Here comes the Haka coming in very early. They're first doing a lot of damage here, and Moshpit will find the Cassia, and without the armor, she's going to go down very quickly. No healing, no nothing, and as one quick kill going over. Philip going to go in, but no, the Carrying Storm will be hit by the power side, and Mephisto's not doing very well. He eats a fulminant to the face. The Haka not going to be doing much better off trying to make a run for it, and we're going to pull him, and looks like he will be able to go away just fine, but that is 2 kills going over to the Caffeinated Knights as they look to pick up their 3rd Punisher of the game.
Double kill, here they go, ripping away on this objective, already up to 22 of the objective minions, getting those down. Here's Chen chasing Dahaka, and here comes some backup though from Mal'Ganis and here from Anduin, but the Panda is a little bit too wily. We'll evade them, see what's coming. And here we go, Mortar Punisher in the top hand lane. We'll be marching directly on to keep. Dahaka trying to get some alternate push. Yeah, sorry, down in the bottom lane, working on that camp down there. Do you think Dahaka should come back?
Well, right now is... Well, actually, we do have a little bit of a pause here, so we do get time to talk about this. Dahaka is looking for this bottom camp. Well, there will be a little bit of lag if you're West team on US servers, Central servers. Anyway, so Dahaka getting this bottom camp, it's not actually going to achieve anything, even if Chen wasn't here to immediately clear it out. The most you're going to get from it is the turret. You're not going to get to 4 of it. That's far too unrealistic, so... Meanwhile, he's not here to look for the defense, so this will be most likely the keep falling because of it. Chen can, at any time here, look to just make his way up there. He probably should be.
Yeah, it will be a 4v4, but this is going to be a 14-minute Punisher. Switched off of the game screen for now, just because, I mean, all the players pretty much know where they are, but just in case anybody's looking at the map on the stream, I'll just switch that off real quick. So yeah, 300 ping coming out for one of the players. Never fun. So maybe when they come back in, hopefully their ping issues will be fixed. Make sure and yell at your brothers and sisters to get off the internet and stop watching SpongeBob SquarePants in 4K, because that will use up your bandwidth.
Apparently he is playing off data, so I hope there's no SpongeBob going in on his cell phone. It would be a little bit interesting.
A little bit of a drain there. Jägermeister Hot says still waiting on NGS to drop a Southwest chicken salad. Base says hi. Says still waiting on NGS to drop a Midwestern bracket. All right.
While we're paused here, we'll take the time to comment, let's say, on some of these interesting talent choices. We have Full Divine Start build coming up from Anduin, giving up the very powerful Light Well at level 16. And more interestingly, I think we have Showstopper being taken by EDC at level 16. Not a very nice talent. You can unpause whenever you're ready. Looks like the teams are ready to go.
So it looks like we are not a referee designation in the game, so we cannot respond. So we can't respond to them in chat. But if they're hearing the stream, we're ready to go. Oh, you got in there. All right, looks like you can.
Apparently, I'm the only referee. I thought they made both of us referees.
Ah, very good. And here we go, back into the game.
Here we are. So Showstopper, it sounds pretty good on paper, getting 35 armor for 4 seconds after power side. Well, it turns out your trait already gives you 25, and armor doesn't stack, so it is one of the worst level 16 talents in the game, but Mephisto's just dead.
Sometimes you just gotta go with what you like. Down goes Mephisto, and here comes the Punisher. Still plenty of health left. They're gonna take down this top keep for certain. But with only one member down, I'm not sure they can quite end here unless they find some more picks. Caffeinated Knights, if they can get some picks, though, it could spell trouble for Soak Every Lane. Here comes ETC sliding in onto B-Med. Stasis is popped. Here comes the Light Bomb as well as the Valkyrie. Here comes the Archon as well. B-Med getting very, very low as well as Jägermeister. Jägermeister will go down. Here comes the Punisher still hopping on people. Wipeout taking some punches to the face. I think this is going to be a good enough of a defense here by Soak Every Lane to push Caffeinated Knights back, and they will not be able to claim victory here. They will have to try again soon.
Good kill onto the Tesla there, dragged in by the Hucker. Jägermeister wishing he had the Shadow Walk, I think, at that moment. Oracle's not really much good when in front of the entire enemy team. Now looking for a fight here, and Wipeout is not currently with them. Looks like he's a little bit split off. The Moshpit goes on to several members of our red team as Mephisto's trying to do what he can. Somehow these frontliners are surviving. Jag, not quite where he wanted to go. And it looks like Stukov feeling is good enough to save the Caffeinated Knights from Mephisto as they will find 2 kills in a 4v5 setting.
It's the 2-for-1. It's a double kill, and we do have 20s online now for Caffeinated Knights. As they start their work onto the bottom fort, they do have that camp that they just picked up that will be pushing in the mid for a little bit. I don't think it's going to be much of a threat to the mid keep, but this bottom fort is down, diggity down.
Fort's gone, which is big because the next objective's there. If it's just got to go through the keep at this point in the game, they can probably just end with it if they are able to pick it up now. Mephisto looks like he's going to be fine. Anduin now with Leap of Faith on cooldown, looking to match down the middle lane with their level 20s are the Caffeinated Knights, and you don't want to fight into Hunter's Plunder plus Greybane while he's attacking the keep. That's a disaster waiting to happen, so very easily going to get that mid keep. Now probably just going to back off, go and do round the world trip of the camps. So next objective comes up.
Archon
will actually be used though.
Absolutely.
Now he's going to want to keep auto attacking until the objective happens, but it looks like they maybe just want to end.
I think they're going to try and force it before 20s come online for Soak Every Lane. They're just looking for some picks though, and if they don't get them, they're going to have to probably back out. Let's see, here comes the Valkyrie.
War ability, but Cassie is just the target and going to be hit by that shockwave. Cassie's gone. Wave's already here, so they might just be able to do it right now. Caffeinated Knight says, Organis, he's going to be the next one to fall, not really able to do too much. Mephisto's trying to land like no, but won't even make it back to the Hall of Storms. Ark's having a little bit of a drink, taking up the call, and it will be game number 2 going to the Caffeinated Knights.
GG's, well played. 2-0, going to Caffeinated Knights. And I believe that's it in our series this evening.
Yeah, I believe we have a best of 3 at this stage in the bracket, so that is the win for the Caffeinated Knights, I believe. The other team wishing them good luck in their next game also suggest as much.
Absolutely, yeah. So Soak Every Lane will be eliminated. Sorry to see you guys go, but it's going to be Caffeinated Knights that are moving on. So congratulations to them. 14-5 as far as kills that goes in this game. Vivanche putting out 70k, but 73 coming out from Torjnado on Mephisto. Definitely bringing some of the pain, just getting caught a couple times there. Sometimes it's life for a squishy can be hard, Coffee. Like, you want to get up there and do the damage, and sometimes people come after you and you go down just because your health pool just ain't there.
Unfortunate for Mephisto this game, trying to go in with a Shane Mephisto, but there's a Streak of Silence able to be ready to greet him when he returns, as well as Tastar Fossil and all sorts of other things you do not want to be standing in. So he was able to get a lot of damage to Tornado, but wasn't quite able to survive. This game is definitely closer than game number 1 in terms of kill score, as we do actually have kills picked up this time for Soket V-Lane, able to find 5 this game, but as you said, it will be the win for the Caffeinated Knights.
Yeah, there was some great plays by both teams. It just Caffeinated Knights won it out in the end, getting some good pickoffs at the right times, getting some objectives and pushing hard. So I think we will get an interview here from Soak Every Lane real quick. Or excuse me, sorry, I apologize. From Caffeinated
It'd be a little
Knights.
bit interesting if we got a lose interview as
Nope.
Caffeinated Knights wants to pick it up.
That was me misspeaking. I apologize. I'm looking at too many things at the same time. Let's switch over to the maps just for a second. You can see all the things that we played here, and we will hop into the NGS server. If you want to join me over there, we're gonna lose your video, but let's hop into let's hop into lobby number 1. All right, see you over there.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, and congratulations to the Caffeinated Knights. How are you guys all doing? How you feeling?
We're feeling pretty great. You wouldn't imagine the weekend that we had, though. There was a lot of chaos.
Tell me about some of that chaos leading up to this match tonight.
Well, we did have one of our team members leave, so we had moved a sub into our main roster role.
Oh my goodness. And is that because you accidentally sneezed on them and they were outraged?
Yeah, they were screaming about Corona or something.
I would be mad. Don't sneeze on people. Shame on you, Viv. But congratulations. I'm glad you guys got things to work out. Even though your roster has been mixed up a little bit, and that you're playing. Are you playing on a hotspot device?
Yes, actually.
Oh my goodness! How can we get this man some steady, decent internet?
Well, if I win the tournament, can you get me some?
I don't know. Is it available in your area?
Probably not. I live in a small town, so, and with coronavirus, everything is backed up.
Right, absolutely. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Even though you're doing what you have to do in order to play the game, and it looks like it, paid off so far. And as you guys will be moving on, I wasn't able. I don't know if you guys are watching either because you were playing, so you probably couldn't be watching at the same time. But for the other side of the West brackets, it is Abba Murky Colt and Arrogant Nephilim. I wonder if anybody in chat knows who won that game.
It's still going on because they started a little bit later than us, I believe, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have to catch up on there. Is there one of those two opponents that you'd prefer to play against? Do you have a preference?
I don't think that we do.
That's a good question, actually. I think that we have waking nightmares of playing Arrogant Nephilim. They really had us sweating in our regular season match. That first game one with on Infernal Shrines was very, very dominant, but we did sneak the win out from under them. And then they had DC problems in game 2 and actually game 1 as well. So in spite of 2-0ing them, we don't think we really got the measure of Arrogant Nephilim, like maybe you would have with other teams in comparable conditions. And so they may be more the free radical, unpredictable matchup between the two. Emma Murky Cult are very strong as well, and we greatly look forward to seeing how that match plays out tonight.
We think that they're both really strong teams, and no matter whom we face in in the Coastal Finals. I am excited to see how that battle will turn out.
Absolutely. And as part of Arrogant Nephilim's logo, they have Asmodan, and they wanted to let you know that they are going to try to win their match so that they can come for you. And they even had Asmodan do some custom recordings about your matchup, and it's this.
Forgive me, my friend, for I am about to sin. Skadoosh.
Asmodan also said he's going to dunk on these fools.
We shall dunk on these fools.
But, so I don't know how they got a hold of the voice actor for Asmodan, but I do love their logo. I love your guys' logo as well. Coffee, do you have any questions for these fine gentlemen so far?
I do hang out quite a bit in their Discord, so had a little bit of heads up I was joining you for today's cast. I'm a little bit interested in how you guys thought the games went, because the first game we saw the Gazza pick and not able to get a single kill with a start so heavy lane, and now second game also looking pretty good for you guys. Were you confident going into this series?
I think that we were kind of afraid. We did switch a sub to a main roster then, and we were kind of panicking because he was one of our main shot callers, right? So we kind of switched up how we played. We did a little bit of practicing, but we were like sweating doing this because we haven't fought them in a game either, so we didn't know how to gauge their strength. So it was going to be a close game no matter what. I would have thought. And I was excited to see how BMed was going to play because I knew him from before. So
yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Those TLV and Samuro bands, those are definitely targeted towards BMed. Am I correct or no?
Yeah, I just wanted to make
absolutely.
him a little bit sad.
Well, it's I don't know if they'd feel sad or not because you're giving them respect bands, right? And so it's always nice to be respected. Because they
did respect ban us too.
Yeah, it's a real threat. Tell me about Hanzo. Looking at the stats, it looks like you guys played Hanzo 9 times with a 100% win rate. 10.
This is like
10?
our 10th. This was our 10th game. Yeah.
Okay, I'm only looking at. Yeah, I think the stats I have access to are probably just during the regular season. But
yeah,
pretty nice win rate. Huge hero damage is. If you're playing against Caffeinated Knights, do you ban Hanzo like so every lane did game number 2?
I don't want to be banned, but it's up to you. The Dragon Arrow is a very strong ultimate, so you can fear the dragon if you wish.
Very good.
Dragon Hunkers, I guess you could say.
You should read my Hanzo guide. There's like I made a build called the Dragon Hungry. So
very good. Are there any other? Let's see. I guess I shouldn't ask you too many strategy questions. Is there anything that you'd like to share about how you guys came together? Caffeinated Knights, that's a new team this season, right? Familiar players, but new team.
Harb, why don't you go on about this?
Oh sure, yeah. We are a new team this season. Of course, Viv has been in NGS before, so was the former solo laner, but the rest of us are new. And we're part of a community, a Discord community called Hots Coffee Bar. It's a play on words, Hots Coffee Bar. And then Viv was assembling a team, and he recruited us, and we're very pleased with how the season's been going so far.
Yeah, I should say so. You guys are doing great. What would you say? What are comms like when you guys are playing? Is it chaotic?
Oh, you don't want to know. Oh man. Oh man.
You could watch Saiyans streams back when we had him on the team. It was a lot cleaner today, actually. It was pretty calm, which was shocking. So.
Jaeger's been on other teams too. I should have mentioned on other NGS teams.
Crypt Keeper Phil's giving you saying, Harb, is that you talking?
Yeah, that's me, Crypt Keeper. I hear there's a couple Harbs out there. There's a Harbinger and there's a Harb, but I'm the other Harb.
Harbor,
Harbaroom.
Can I get an Asmodan? Thank you very much. This Asmodan. All right, Coffee, do you have any further questions?
No, I think I've asked all I want two. Just good luck in your next series.
All right. Yeah, good luck, guys. And I have one more question for each of you to answer, and it is, would you rather fight a horse-sized duck, or would you rather fight 25 duck-sized horses?
The horse-sized duck.
Okay.
I'm going 25 duck-sized horses. A horse-sized duck sounds. I mean, we know how irritable gooses are, and that's just too much anger and too much math.
Could I also give an answer?
Absolutely. Please do.
I would fight the duck-sized horse. The horse-sized duck, because a duck of that size with its, hollow bones is going to just sort of get scaled up, and it's going to, just sort of implode in on itself in this horrifying puddle of feathers.
Wow,
So
that
I
is
don't even
graphic.
need to fight.
The
Well-
reason that I said it was because, well, have you ever been kicked by a horse? Imagine 25 mini horses just kicking you. Oh.
It's also in space, so there's no gravity. I left that part out. No, I'm just kidding. Very, very fine answers. Before we let you gentlemen get on out of here and on to planning for your next match, do you guys have any shout-outs?
Thank you, Weenus, and thank you, Coffee, for keeping us awake with your name. We love your name because we are the Caffeinated Knights, of course.
Shout out to Chris's mom. Love you guys.
And that wasn't on our team, so
Oh, did someone just jump in?
yeah.
Well, Chris's mom, you've raised your son well.
This one's for Chris's mom.
Any other shout-outs you guys have before getting interrupted?
I'm gonna say the sub Arcloth
Heck yeah.
came in very bigly today. Did you want to say something about that real quick?
Like, I was super nervous with having him in the solo lane because I haven't seen him play, and he just did his role almost perfectly.
When he did sub, it was for DPS, which
Yeah.
was interesting.
Oh, okay, so not only a sub, to the main 5-4, but also doing a little bit of role play.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's not the way you're supposed to say it, but it just sounded right in my head. Doing a little role play.
It's a
buy
little
it.
bit more
I'll buy it.
fun.
Whoo! What do you think, Asmodan? Was that funny?
You fail to amuse me.
Rip. Tough crowd. All right.
Poor Asmo.
Yeah, no. Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
All right. Well, thank you for casting. We want to give a shout out to Soak Every Lane. They did a wonderful job playing against us. We loved playing against them. We let the Cassia through, which was really interesting. So,
And thanks for the scrims as well.
Yeah, and we fear BMed big time. Yeah.
As we all should. Yes, great shout out for that for Soak Every Lane. They played well too. Thank you guys so much for being here, and congratulations. And
I love you, Hannah.
We'll get Hannah some love.
love you too, Avalanche.
Yep. We'll. I'm glad somebody caught the name that time. And we'll catch you guys next time. Good luck in the rest of the playoffs, and to Chris's
Thank
mom,
you.
and to Hannah, Valk's mom, and everybody else in this man's family.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Weenus,
farewell.
for casting again. Can't wait to see you again. Next time, Jackbox, right?
Oh yes. Oh, Tempest asked if we're playing Jackbox tonight. Who knows? Maybe we will.
Oh, Tempest is one of my buddies, so who knows?
Very good. All right, we'll catch you guys soon. Have a wonderful evening.
Also, Ban Sylv, thank you. Good night.
Good night. All right, I am going to call Coffee back here. See if we can get him back. Maybe a little. Oh, my soundboard is all messed up. Maybe a little baby come back. Oh yeah. We got Coffee back. I can take off this picture that I stole off of Twitter. There he is. All right, that's about it, Coffee. Thank you so much for being here.
Pretty good fun. Just getting back home, coming off work, and getting to cast some Heroes of the Storm. Always great to see. Not many games of this time because we started, as far as EST goes, pretty late.
Yes, it was a very late game, but I'm glad that you were able to come and join me. It's always much more fun when you have somebody else to bounce things off of, and I appreciate all of your knowledgeable input on all the talents, and it was a pleasure having you. Thank you so much. All right. So people can follow you on Twitter at Hey It's Coffee and on Twitch, twitch.tv/HeyIt'sCoffee_. So go give this man a follow. Let me see if I can type it out without messing anything up. Is that it? Maybe I just sent you somewhere else.
The coffee has 2 E's in it. So
Oh, so close. We're gonna try one more time.
not quite that one.
We're gonna try one more time.
We're
There
very
we
close.
go. That's it. Oh, an error occurred. What happens if I click it? Will it take me? Okay, it takes me. All right, go throw this man a follow. I appreciate you being here very, very much. Do you have any shout-outs before we get on out of here?
Shout out for you to having me. I thought I was done casting for the season, only going to get 2 games in the end. But then you all of a sudden you and the co-cast just asked if anyone wants to join. It's like, yeah, might as well. Got nothing else to do. Get a good bit of fun, and I think we did have a lot of fun doing this series.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, no, pleasure for me to have you, and thank you very much for doing the casting that you've been doing. And who knows, maybe we'll get to see more of you in season 10 of NGS. Would love to have you come back.
Quite possibly.
We shall see. All right, I think that's going to do it for us. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out in chat. Buttspot just being real buddy all the time. Thanks, Buttspot, for butting yourself in. But thanks to all the real people and not bots who came to hang out and watch tonight. Big congratulations once again to Caffeinated Nights. You can find me on Twitter at MoistWeenus or on twitch.tv/MoistWeenus. I think that's going to do it for us tonight. I'm going to show you the teams one more time, and then I think we're going to try to raid in over to Rackham if that game is still going on. So stay tuned. We're going to throw you to the other Div B West game. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later. Toodaloo.